The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Years. Okay, so I work with different projects. Almost I have completed 12, more than around 12 projects till now. So with BA, BO, and business objects, the old version 6.5 to the latest version till 6 X3 4.0. That's what BO 4.0. Okay, so that's what about myself. So today I am going to discuss about what are the components of the business object we have, and what is the purpose of the reporting that we'll discuss. Okay. So because the business object is a reporting tool, like what is the purpose we use, what is the reporting, and what the end users finally do with the reports. So that we'll see. And a report is an organized collection of data prepared for viewing analysis. It is the presentation of the formatted collection of information that can be also presented on web. So a report is a collection of data prepared for viewing and analysis. So this type of reports, most of the reporting tools we can view it in the web page. So without any installation in your system, so you can view these reports through the web. Okay. A report contains the data from many transactions. Yes. So it contains many transactions. So like the year-wise sales revenue, the product-wise sales revenue, and the quantity, how much sales revenue, how much quantity sold. So what is the total quantity sold we got in last year? These are the many transactions. So report contains these many transactions, and it represents the information retrieved from the table or a query in a formatted manner. Okay. So where we will get the data into our report? From the DB. So whatever the data is available, only that data we can display in our report. So without database, we cannot display any data in our report. Okay. If the data is loaded into the DB, then only from the DB, so we can retrieve it and we can display in our report. Okay. Basically the data, so once the ETL is done, once the extraction transformation is done from the different source system, and once they load it into the target database, from there we are going to generate the reports. Okay. So let's see the example. You can see the example of the report here, and a report here is organized collection of data prepared for viewing and analysis. So a year-wise, state-wise sales revenue and quantity sold you can see here. See, particular in 2004, in which particular state-wise sales revenue information is available here, right? So which state is having the highest sales revenue and which state is having the very less sales revenue? So the Texas is having the highest sales revenue and Massachusetts is having the very less sales revenue. Why? The Texas is having the highest sales revenue, why the Massachusetts is having the very less sales revenue. So that is a way the end user can analyze their reports and they will take the decisions to improve their business, right? So similarly, if you see, there is another report, it is a detailed report, and each year wise, each state wise, the data you can display. The group by California data you can see here, the product wise details. So in California, so what is the sales revenue for each product wise? Okay, and similarly quantity sold you can see. Okay, and a report is in a collection of data, and purpose is end users, the business analyst, the CEOs, they analyze this report with the historical data. So finally they will take the decisions to improve their business. Right? Finally, the report's purpose is to improve their business by taking the good decisions. Right? Okay. So how the end user can analyze their reports? So what is the comparison of the sales of a product over a year in the same region? What is the amount spent for a particular product promotion in a particular branch in a particular city over a period? So how, see, what is the purpose of looking this type of report? What is the amount spent for a particular product promotion in a particular branch in a particular city over a period? Let's take example. So let's take example we have, let's take an example of India. So there is a Reebok showroom in India in different cities. So there is a Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, and Chennai, Hyderabad. There are 5 cities are there. In 5 cities there are 5 cities the Reebok showrooms are available. So as a user, as end user, so I'm looking for the report. I'm checking the report of the last year's sales revenue for all the cities. So whenever I'm looking for the city-wise sales revenue, the Bangalore city is having the highest sales, and remaining all the cities is having the very less sales revenue. And why this has happened? So as an end user, I want to see the detailed report. As an end user, I want to see the detailed report of the Bangalore location, Bangalore city details. So when I look for detailed report of Bangalore city, so end user, the BO developer has created the each summary wise and detailed report wise. So I can see the summary information for India, and also I can see the detailed information of each city wise. Okay. So when I look for the each city wise information, so Bangalore city is having the good promotions. So when any customer purchases any product, so there is a 30% of discount is there. So in detailed report I can understand that. So there is a product and the customer and the discount and the total sales revenue and the quantity sold. If any customer purchase any product 1, so the customer 1 he got a 30% of discount of each and every product. Okay. So similarly, I back to the summary report and try to open the Hyderabad city sales revenue. When looking for the Hyderabad city sales revenue, so there is a product wise, customer wise, and product promotion, I mean discount wise sales revenue is there, but the discount column it's showing 0. So that means that any customer purchase any product in Hyderabad location, their discount is 0. Okay. Similarly, when I look for the other cities also, there is no discounts. So what I understand that, so by looking this report last year data, I can understand that if the sales revenue, if I give the good discounts, so I got a good sales revenue and good profit in Bangalore location. So that is a way the end user analyze their reports and they compare the data with all the cities, and will take the decisions to improve their business. Okay. So what type of the decisions you will take in this situation? So you will try to give the discounts to all the cities, because it is already proved when I give the good discounts the last year I got a good profit and sales. So let's give the same discounts to the other cities also. So that is a way the end user take the decisions to improve the business. So this is a decision. So he is planning to give the 30% of discounts in other cities and to improve their business, right? So guys, you understand, right? So collection of data, analysis, comparative study of this data, historical data, improve decisions, right? So business questions. So you heard about BI, maybe SAP BI, OBI, and MSBI. There are different BI tools are there. What is BI exactly? What is the purpose of BI? So BI is nothing but business intelligence. Business intelligence answering the business questions. My definition is, if you see in Google like a BA, there are a lot of definitions you will find, but BAE, my definition is the answering the business question. So any BA tool, like it will give the answers to the business questions, right? So suppose you are working in the finance domain, what is the net income, expenses, gross profit, net profit for this quarter, and what is the net income for last quarter and last year. So this type of questions end users ask us as a developer, you need to create. So coming to the accounts department, accounts domain. So what is the net amount? What is the sales amount? Is the month, in this month and last month? What is the outstanding pending payments last year, and what are the outstanding clearance for the last year and this year, or this month or last month? So this type of questions, so there is, and we need to develop this type of reports. And similarly, how many products are manufactured in each production unit today, weekly, monthly? Okay. See, so basically, So suppose assume like in Mumbai location there is a production unit. So there are 100 products are manufacturing, and out of 100 products there are 2 products are defective, the quality. There are 2 products are defective and that cannot be sellable. Out of 100, 2 products are defective. Okay, so remaining 98 products are there. So 98 products they can sellable. So the production unit is available in Mumbai location. This 98 products have to send it to the transport these products to the Bangalore location. So how they do the transportation? How they do the transport? By using the transportation they do it. So when they are transporting this product, their 8 products are damaged when they are sending to the retail shops. So 8 products are sellable. That means so they can sell only the 90 products. So 8 products are return goods. So the 8 products are return goods. That means they are getting like a loss of these 8 products. Okay. So out of 100, the 2 products are defective and 8 products are damaged. So I created the report and you is asking the report, how many products are manufactured and how many products are defective and how many products are damaged, and total how many products are sellable. So this type of report I have generated. By looking this report, how the end user take the decisions to improve the business. Okay, so that quality of the production unit is good because there are only that out of 100 products 2 products are defective, but the quality of the transportation is not good because 8 products are damaged. That means so they have to improve the transportation quality, then so they can then they can get a good sales revenue and good profits. So if the damage of the goods is reduced, so immediately you can get a good sales, right? So this is a way that end user take the decisions to improve the business by looking the historical data. Okay, so clear guys? So what exactly the business questions and what is the purpose of the reports? I hope everybody understand the purpose of the report and what is the report and what is the finally they do the report. Okay, any questions? Okay. Okay, so guys, so we have basically the data is loaded into the source system. So maybe the data might be available in Excel file. Maybe the data is available in XML file, XML system, XML file. Maybe the data is available in the Oracle database table structure. Maybe data is available in the CSV system, CSV files. In different, maybe the data is going to load into the from application to the backend system. It might be the different file system, the table wise, SQL Server, Microsoft Access, Oracle databases. So whatever it is. Okay. So once the data is loaded into the OLTP application, data is loaded into the source system. So what they will do, they will extract the data. The ETL team is extract the data. So the ETL team is extract the data from the source system. So what they will do here, so from the different source system, they will extract it. They will extract the data, and in the staging layer, they transform the data. And ETL, and that is T transform the data and load it into the centralized database. They load into the centralized data warehouse or database. So they maintain the single database. So to load into the warehouse. So this is what the centralized data warehouse database you can call it as database, data warehousing system. So extraction, transformation, and the loading. ETL process happened. Loading. So once the ETL is done, so once the data is loaded into the database, in the data warehousing database, so from here, so we are going to start our work. So from here, so we develop the reports from the centralized DB or centralized data warehousing system. Okay. So if you see in this is OLTP system. So this is about the OLTP system. From the OLTP system, they load the data, they extract the data from the different source system and transform it. They modify the data here. So they want to aggregate it, they do the aggregation here. And if they want to filter the data, so they don't require all the data loaded into the data warehousing. So remaining data they will filter in the transformation using the different transformation and loading into the data warehousing system or OLAP system. So this is what we can call it OLAP or data warehousing system. Okay. So who is going to do the ETL process? So we have the different ETL tools in the market. So Informatica, and the data stage, also you can call it SAP BA also, and BODS. So Business Object Data Services is the our BO tool. It's SAP tool. Okay. And also you have the OBI. With the OBI also they do the process, and OBI is Oracle Business Intelligence and Microsoft Business Intelligence. So these are different tools to process ETL, to do the ETL process. And once the loaded is happened, so our work BO parts will start here. So once the loaded is happened into the data warehousing, then our work will start. Okay. So what are the different components we have? What are the different components we have in the business object? So before going to discuss about the business object, what are the different versions we have business object? So BO is a separate company earlier years. So now BO is a separate company, and the BO company they released the different versions. So I know the tools from the 5.0, and that later they released 5.5, then later they released 6.0, and then 6.5, and then they released BO after long years gap they released BO XA R2. Then in 2007 they released XY 3.1. Okay. So in 2008 the SAP company acquired this tool, then they renamed it as SAP BOBJ 3.1. BOBJ 3.1, or people call it SAP BOBJ. Okay. Then in 2011 ending, so the SAP team is released BO XA 4.0. Okay. Now BO 4.0 is integrated with the BA tool. So BA with BO 4.0 is integrated with the BA tool, directly. Okay. So these are the different versions we have. So in our part of training, we are discussing about a 3.1 as well as a 4.0. Both the tools we are discussing, because most of the projects still it is available in 3.1. So in the next year, in the next 2-3 months, you will get a lot of migration project from 3.1 to the 4.0. And if it is new implementation, that can be done on 4.0. The projects which is currently new implementation is doing by in 4.0, and the older version, like all the projects is still it is available in the 3.1. So they have to upgrade the older version to the latest version. Okay, but still you can see the maximum, the more than 70% of projects is still available in 3.1. Okay, so people has to migrate all the reports 3.1 to the 4.0. Okay, but migrating the older version XAR to 3.1, there is nothing, lot of work is not available. There is very less work. But from 3.1, if you migrate the 3.1 to 4.0, so you need to do the lot of activity when you migrate the 3.1 to the 4.0. It will be at least 6 months activity we need to do it when you're migrating to 3.1 to the 4.0. But XR to 3.1, it is less than 3 months. It won't take much more than time, because a lot of changes, many changes happen from 3.1 to the 4.0. Okay, these are about the different versions in the business objects. So let's see the components wise business object architecture. So once you install the business object server, it will create a one repository. To install the BO, so we need a one database. So we required one database. Without database, you cannot install the BO. It required one database. So by default, the BO setup file by default will get Microsoft Server, And also if you want to use your own database, yes, you can use own database. You can use Oracle database if you wanted to install a BO. Okay. So once you install a BO, so in the server, you will get the different components. What is the repository? Basically, business object repository is sitting on the one of the database. So it will contain all the metadata, all the user structure and table structure, report structure, users. So everything is stored into the BO repository, nothing but it's sitting on Oracle database. Fine. So once you install the BO, you will get the different components. CMC, Central Manage, sorry, CCM, Central Configuration Manager. CCM is a tool, so there we can stop the server, start the servers. So basically, by open this report, by open this CCM tool, you can see all the servers and up and running, and also we can web application server, and we can stop the servers, we can start the servers, we can configure the new server through the CCM tool. Central Configuration Manager tool, it is a server-based tool. And we have another tool called the CMC, Central Management Console. Central Management Console is a tool. So from here we are going to maintain all the business object components. Security part. So if you want to create a one user, that can be done through the CMC. So I want to remove the one of the user into the BO. Yes, I can remove it. So one user joining a company, you want to access the sales reports. So through the CMC only, we are going to create the user and giving the access to the different folders, different reports. So the person which belongs to the DC state, you can see only the DC data, but report contains all the states information. But you want to see only is it related to the DC state. So you can see the DC information. So that can be done through the CMC tool. That security part we can do it through the CMC tool. So these two tools comes under the administrator part. Okay, these tools comes under the administrator part. Okay, so this we can discuss as a part of administration. So this we are going to discuss around 3 hours about the administrator. So once we complete the training, we can also apply for jobs as administrator. You can work as admin also. Okay, that's about the administrator part. And coming to the implementation part. So coming to the implementation part, we have tools called Web Intelligence. So Web Intelligence is one of the reporting tool. It's a web-based tool. So how we can connect to the web-based tool, Web Intelligence reports. So using the SAP BA Launchpad. BA Launchpad. What is exactly the BA Launchpad? Business object. BA Launchpad is a business object portal. So from here, so end user can connect to the reports, and they can view the reports from the BA Launchpad. So end user can view the reports, and they can create the reports, and also they can access the different folders. BA is a business object portal. It will communicate with the repository with the web application server. Web application server. It communicate with the repository through the web application server. Okay. So whatever the reports are available in the repository, that we can do it through the BA Launchpad. And also through the BA Launchpad, we can create the Web Intelligence reports. Web is one of the reporting tool. Web Intelligence is one of the reporting tool. So we can create the Web reports by connecting to the BA Launchpad. So Web is one of the reporting tool in business object. So that we can view, that we can create it through the BA Launchpad. Once you log into the BA Launchpad, so then only you can create a Web reports. So it is a web-based tool. You can create a Web reports to the I'm trying to open here, so that you can open it through BA Launchpad. You can open it through the Internet Explorer. That you can open it through the Internet Explorer. And see, if I give this link, you can also open from your end. Let's see 3.1 also we have full version. So 3.1, it is the info view. In 3.1 that we can call it the info view. info view also is a business object portal. So we can communicate with the whole repository through this info view. Okay, so all the reports and also we can create the webby reports from the info view link. Okay, so this view is installed in Hyderabad location, okay, one of the server. We can also open this from your local system without any software in your local system. If I give this link, yes, you can create a reports and you can view the reports. So which I already created the reports. So that list of the reports you can check it into them through the info view. Similarly, BA Launchpad also same. Okay, fine. That's it about the web intelligence and how we can create the reports. By connecting to the universes, we can create a reports. So just sales universe is there. So we can create a report by connecting to the universes. What is the universe? So universe is a semantic layer between the database and the end users. Okay, sales universe. Universe is the semantic layer between the database and the web developers. So how we can implement, how we can create the universes. So that can be done by through the UDT tool and IDT tool. UDT through the IDT we can create the universes, and we have another tool called the UDT. Through the UDT tool also we can create the reports. So information designer tool and universe designer tool. So using these tools, so we can implement the universes. Why we have two tools? Why we have two tools to implement the universes? So UDT is an older tool which is available in 3.1 and IDT is a new tool which is introduced in 4.0. So this is the earlier version. So earlier version IDT tool, this we don't have it in 3.1. This is newly introduced in 4.0. So UDT is nothing but the older version. So whichever the designer tool is available in 3.1, that is a UDT tool in 3.1. Okay, but still the UDT is there. Maybe you can in the next version, in the BO 4.1 version, you don't find this UDT tool. You can see the only the IDT information designer tool. Okay, implement this universe through the IDT by connecting to the different databases. Different databases we can implement these universes. What are the different databases? So we can implement this universe by connecting to the SAP BI source system. Okay, and also we can implement this universe by connecting to the SAP HANA system. And also we can implement this universes by connecting to the Oracle databases. And also we can implement this universes by connecting to the any relational databases, Microsoft server. So any relational databases we can create that. We can implement this universe. HANA system, one of the source system, and one of the database Oracle database, and one of the Microsoft server, any relational databases. Yes, so we can create the universes by connecting to the HANA databases, Oracle, SQL Server. Okay. So what is the difference between the UDT and IDT? But when you connect to the UDT, you can create a universe by connecting to only the single database. But you can create a universe using the UDT by connecting to the multiple database. So one universe can connect to the multiple database, but in older version, this concept is not there. So if you want to create a single report by connecting to the multiple databases, then so you have to implement the multiple universes, then only you can generate a single report. But in the latest version in 4.0, one universe can connect to the multiple databases. Okay, so that is the main difference between the UDT and the IDT. The steps we need to, the concept is similar in both the 3.1 and 4.4. The designing the universe concept is same. Okay, that is about the UDT and IDT. And so now you understand, guys. So Webby can connect to the universes. So we can create the reports. We can create the Webby reports by connecting to the universes. And also, so we can create the reports. We can create the report by connecting to the BEX queries. So how will develop the BEX queries? So through the BEX designer. So Bex Designer is one of the tool in BA tool, BA. So in the BA version, SAP BA, we have the Bex Designer. Through the Bex Designer, we'll generate the Bex queries. So through the Bex, through the web intelligence connectivity, we can directly create the report on top of Bex queries. Okay, we can create the reports. We can create the web reports connecting to the Bex queries. This thing is not available in 3.1. So if you want to create the report on top of the Bex queries, yes. So you have to create the universes on top of the Bex. But in 4.0, so directly the web can directly connect to the Bex queries. Okay. So then how we design the universe connecting the BA source system? Is it ECC system we are connecting, or is it a DSOs or multi-providers? Yes. So we are implementing the universe by connecting to the ECC system. Yes, that can be possible. And we can implement the universe by connecting to the DSOs, multi-providers, InfoCubes. So that is also possible with the IDT tool. But UDT can't connect to the ECC system or the InfoCubes. With the UDT, you can just generate the universe top of the Bex query. But so in 4.0, that is not required. So if you want to create the report on Bex queries, we need not to worry about the creating the universe. Directly you can create a web reports connecting to the Bex queries. Direct connectivity is there. We need to create the connection to the Bex queries in the BO level. So that is about Bex. That is about the web to Bex. So guys, any questions? Anybody have any questions? Please raise your hand so I can unmute your name. Or you have the chat option, you can chat with me. So everybody can chat. Okay, Shilpa. Yes, Shilpa, go ahead.
I want to know the difference between the relation and the OLAP databases.
Hello? Yeah, OLAP databases, so it is a relational databases. So Oracle, Microsoft Server, ANA database, these are all the relational databases. So now currently all the databases are relational databases. But OLTP and OLAP is different. OLTP system is different and OLAP system is different. Basically in OLAP system, you will have only the current information. It will update. So in the OLTP system, you can see all the data updated information. So you don't find any historical information. But comes to the OLAP system, so the data is going to maintain all the historical data. And it's not updated. So the data is not updated the existing columns. So it will insert as a new row every time. If any customer is in US currently, he moved to the UK. But in OLTP system, what happened? So the customer information, it will update it. It will update with the US to the UK. But in our OLAP system, so the data will insert as a new row, and whatever the existing column, existing row, it has a flag with the older information. Okay. So that all the historical data it will maintain in the OLAP system, but in OLTP it contains only the current information. Okay. Fine. So coming to the business object architecture components. So now the web connect to the Bex queries. Now, so we have only the web reporting tools. Yes, we have another reporting tools. It's another tool is a Webby Rich Client. Webby Rich Client. So Webby Rich Client is another reporting tool. It's not a web-based tool, but name itself it is a web-based. But it's a Webby Rich Client is not a web-based tool. It is a client-based. It is a desktop-based tool. It's a desktop tool, desktop reporting tool. So we can create the reports. We can create the report by connecting to the. We can create the report by connecting to the universes, and also you can create the report by connecting to the Bex queries also. You guys can create a reports connecting to the Bex queries, and also you can create the report by connecting to the universes, and also with the other data sources. So what are the other data sources? With web services also you can create a reports. So if you have the web services is there, so on top of the web services also we can generate a reports. And also other than web services, you can create a report from the CSV files or Excel sheet, CSV files. So any source system, any file system you can create reports. Okay, this cannot be possible. This cannot be possible with the Webby reports. Webby reports can connect to only the universes and only the BEX queries. You can connect to the BEX queries and generate the reports with the Webby. But Webby rich client, so other than universes also you can create reports using the web services and the Excel sheets, Excel and any CSV files. Okay. Okay. Clear? This is about the Webby rich client. So we'll discuss about all the Webby functionality, Webby rich client functionality, and Webby reports. How we can create the complex reports, how we can do the drill down option, and how we can link one report to the another report. So everything we can discuss in a part of training. And also implementing the universe, how we can create the universes by connecting the Oracle system, and how we can create the report connecting to the Oracle on our databases, and how we can implement the universes on the info cubes or multi-providers. So that also we can discuss in the part of training. Okay. Okay. Question from Madhu. Yes, Madhu.
I have a question, like why we call BOBJ? What is BJ?
Okay. Okay, fine. So why we call the BO and BOBJ? So simple, like we have a different naming conventions for BO. So let me show you here. SAP BO 4.0, BO 4.0, SAP BO BOBJ, SAP BO BOBJ 4.0, SAP BA Business Intelligence Business Object 4.0. Okay, so it is the same only, nothing like the license and the software. It is the same only. So you can call it as a BO 4.0. Some people call it as a BOBJ 4.0. Some people call it as a BA BO. It is the same. That is nothing but it's a BO reporting tool only. It's not like BO 4.0 is a different tool, and BO and BO SAP BO 4.0, SAP BOBJ 4.0, BA BO 4.0. It is not a different tools. It is a single tool. So people call the different with a different naming conventions. Okay, it is the same tool. Business objects. So BOBJ, why we can call it the business objects? See, SAP business objects. So short form they call it as a BOBJ. Business objects. Business object. So people call it as a BOBJ. It's a shortcut form of the business objects. Okay. It is the same tool, like it is not a different tool, or it's something like a separate license key, separate setup file. No, not that. Okay. Okay. So apart from these tools, so we have another tool called the Crystal reports. Crystal is one of the business object tool only. So earlier it is a separate company. So the Crystal is acquired by the business object company. So then it is a part of Crystal. It's Crystal also part of the business object. Crystal reporting tool. The latest version of the Crystal report is 2011. So how we can generate the Crystal reports? Yes, by connecting to the universes, you can create the reports, and also you can create the reports by connecting to the database. Directly you can access the databases, and also directly you can access the BEX queries. Okay, and also you can directly connect to any of the source system from here by using the ODBC connection. Okay, so Crystal reports can connect to the OLTP system, can connect to the direct databases, and we can access the tables, and we can create a variables in the Crystal reports, and we can generate it. That Crystal report data reports, you can write to the BA Launchpad. If you save these Crystal reports in the repository and that you can view it through the BA Launchpad. That can be possible. So once you created the reports, and if you save it into the repository, that we can view it through the BA Launchpad. That is about the crystal reports. Okay. And also we have another tool called the dashboard tool. Dashboard 4.0, or we can call it the Excel CS 2011. Excel CS 2011. Excel CS 2011. So we can implement the dashboard reports using the dashboard tool or Excel CS 2004. We can call it the Excel. Older version is Excel CS 2000. So not 2004. It's Excel CS 2011, and 2008 is the older version. 2011 is the latest version. Okay. So how implement this dashboard? What is the sources? So there is no direct way we can connect to the source system. There are two middle layers. So there are two middle layers. Through that two middle layers we can generate the dashboard. One is the QoS, query as a web services. So with the query as a web services we can generate the dashboard reports. And also with the live office also is the middle layer to generate the dashboard reports. Live office. Through the live office we can generate the dashboard reports. Okay. So then what is the source for the live office? How? So it will communicate with the source system. Okay. So through the live office, so we can, whatever the reports are available in Web Intelligence, so the live office can connect to the web reports, and we can get the data into our dashboard. And similarly, we can generate a query by connecting to the universe, and you can get the data into live office. And similarly, crystal reports. The source for live office is the crystal reports, Web Intelligence report, and universe. Then what is the source for the query as a web services? That is for the universe. So you can create a web services through the QoS tool, QoS designer tool, query as a web services tool, and then once the data is loaded into the web services, that we can map into our dashboard. Okay. So that is the way we can create the dashboard reports. Okay. Dashboard we can generate it through the QoS and live office through these two middle layers. Okay. This is about the QoS and live office. Okay. Guys, any questions here? And other than these tools, so we have the lifecycle management tool, LCM lifecycle management tool, and another tool called the upgrade management tool. So basically, the upgrade management tool is for to migrate the upgrade management tool is useful to migrate the universes and reports from the older version to the latest version. So migration projects will use this upgrade management tool more. And lifecycle management tool is a tool. So using this tool, we can release the project from the development system to the QA to the production. See, so you develop the reports in the development system. And you want to send these reports to the QA system to test the users. So how that can be possible? How we can transport these universes? And reports from the development system to the QA to production. That can be done through the LCM tool. The transportation or the releasing the project from the environment, development to the QA to production, that can be done through the LCM tool. And upgrade management is tool, like we can migrate the older version 3.1 reports to the 4.4. So we use for the upgrade management tool. So in the older version, so to release the project dev to QA to production, or releasing the project from migration of the older version reports to the latest version. So we need to, I guess, just give me a second. So the import wizard is useful to migrate the reports from the older version. I mean, I'm talking about the import wizard is the in 3.1 we have the tool. So how we can migrate it and how we can release the project in the older version. So that also we can discuss. The import wizard is the older version. Okay. Because so to migrate the why we need to know the import wizard. So to migrate the 3.1 reports to the 4.0, so import wizard also useful in the older version. Okay, so that you will get an idea. So when we are using these tools. Okay. So these are the different tools we are discussing in a part of training. The total duration of the course is 30 hours. The regular session will happen from tomorrow. And guys, any questions? Anybody have any questions? Kumar. Yes, Kumar.
Yeah, just wanted to ask, out of so many tools here, which is the most popularly used, which are the most popularly used tools? Thanks.
Okay. The most popular tool is the web intelligence. It's because it's a web-based tool. Like again, this is like end users use for the ADAC-based reporting tool also. They can also create the reports. But so to create the reports, so we need a universe, right? So we need a universe always. So any reporting is depends on the universes. Most of the reports are depending on the universes, right? So universe is IDT tool is the main important in the business object. So implementing the universe by connecting to the different databases. So this is the main tool. IDT is the main tool, and next the reporting part is the web intelligence is the main tool. And most of the time we use the web intelligence and the universe designing tool UDT. But in the latest version, so we need to use the IDT version. So most usable tools are the IDT and the web reporting tools. Very less time we use the crystal reports, very less dashboards we use in the real time. Most of the time the web reports we use in the projects and the universe. Okay. Any other question, Kumar? Okay. Yes, Arvind. Yeah. Arvind, go ahead.
Hey Madhu, my question is, isn't BO Explorer part of the BobJ package?
Yes, it's a BO Explorer also. Yes, yes, that is also part of business object package only. Yes, so that also we'll discuss the business object explorer also.
Yeah, so
Explorer.
that will be included as part of this training.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Yep, thanks.
Okay, fine. Okay, yeah, Isaac, yeah, go ahead. Isaac, you can go ahead.
Yes, what I was asking is, there's a lot of tools. Do we have, how long would it take to be able to learn all the tools? And do we have to know all the tools very well to be able to implement or use the SAP business objects?
Yes. So total duration is 30 hours. Yes, you can able to do it within the 30 hours of session. So my main focus is the universe designing and the reporting tool. So if you know the web intelligence reporting tool, so you can able to create the crystal reports and web rich client. So all the same functionality you can find the crystal reports and web rich client reports. Okay, the connectivity is different. So when you compare with the web and crystal reports. Okay, fine. So you don't require all the tools we need to learn from the end to end. Not required. So if you have some idea, then you can able to do it. Okay, but the main focus is my training is the web intelligence and the universe designing part as well as the dashboard. Yes, we are discussing about the crystal reports also, but so you have very less requirement on the crystal reports. That's what I'm not covering much on the crystal reports. And similarly, Explorer. So the main tools are the BE Launchpad and the Universal Designing IDT tool. But still, like so, because like if any requirement comes in future when you are getting into the project, but so you have to ready to take up this activity. So that's what I'm just including all the other tools, crystal reports, dashboard, and there is another tool called in 3.1, the desktop intelligence tool. It is permanently removed in 4.0. So that also we are going to discuss, because so if there are any, if you are joining any project, so you are working in one of the project is a migration project. So in the older version, you have the many desktop intelligence reports are there. So without IDEA desktop intelligence reports, you cannot move to the 4.0. Okay. So what we need to do with the Desky, so 3.1 to the 4.0, 4.0, the Desky tool is not available. Then how we can move this Desky reports to the 4.0? Okay. So that we can discuss. So there is another tool, report conversion tool. So using the report conversion tool, we can convert the Desky reports to the Web reports. So this tool, like learning this tool, report conversion tool and LCM and upgrade management tool, these are the single navigation steps. Just click on next, next, next. Nothing like there is no program. Even if you see the any tool, so there is no programming language. So just all the navigation part. So where we need to click on next, when we need to insert the tables. So all are the single fix. By single click only, so we can generate universes, and we can generate the we can release the project development to the PS system. Okay. It's not a programming language. Just we need to understand how the tool is working. Okay. Question from Pat. Patkin. Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Hello?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. I appreciate what you're saying, that you're going to concentrate on the assembling the data and with the BI Launchpad. If we wanted to get one of the trial versions of like Crystal Reports, I think they offer 30-day, and I think the dashboard is like a 30-day trial. Would we be able to connect with your server to try those out?
Pat, I can't hear clearly. Okay, what I understand, can you repeat again?
The tools that you offer for this course here, if we wanted to try the Crystal Reports front end, you wouldn't be offering that, right? Or would you?
No. So
yeah. So if we, I think if you go, you could download a trial version. Would we then be able to connect to your BOBJ server to try it?
Yes. So the crystal reports, yes, you can connect to the, see, without a BOBJ server, without BOBJ, yes, you can install the crystal reports. Okay.
Yep.
So in the part of training, the Ravi, the Technogens is providing all the one server access. So it is all the tools are integrated with each other. Yes, you can create the reports by connecting to the universes, and also you can create the crystal reports by connecting to the web storage directly. Access is there. So everything is already installed. It's not a trial version. So in the trial version, you may not find the few options, but it's a full version. It's a full version.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So what you're concentrating on is everything we're going to be able to do through a browser. We won't have to download anything and configure anything in order to make it work.
Not required. Nothing is required. So you are going to connect to the remote server, which is available in India. So you can directly connect to the server and you can create reports. You can do it. See, just I will show you. So how to connect to the remote server. So you need not to install anything in your local system, in your laptop. Okay, remote desktop, or else like go to the run mstsc. Okay, so I'm connecting to the one of the server. the 4.0.
Yeah.
So totally I am connecting to the another Windows. Okay. So all the tools are available here, you can see if you want it. So programs, so business object crystal reports, and similarly business object platform 4.0. So BA Launchpad, Central Management Console, Upgrade Management Tool.
Yep.
You can see all the tools, CCM, Central Configuration Manager. And also similarly the client tools, Information Designer tool, widgets, Web Intelligence, and the Java Launchpad, and the dashboard, you can see the dashboard, crystal reports. So everything is available here only. If you're not, you need not worry about the installation. It will be there in the server.
And how long will we have server access for?
Yeah, it is a 1 month. You can extend after 1 month also. The access you can extend after 1 month.
Do you have any idea what you're charging for that, or what he's charging for it?
No, it won't much cost. Like that you can discuss with Ravi or Kalyan. So Kalyan will explain all these things.
Very good. And
You don't you don't think like it is a costly. Like yes, it is like it is a minimal charge they will.
Yeah, I have an IDES server now that I access, so I was just kind of curious. To assemble your Univis data, do you already have it assembled, or will we need a developer key to query the data to pull something together?
Yes. So there is a database. We have the Microsoft Access DB. You can access the Microsoft Access DB Motors database. The sample database is there. So you can design the universe by connecting to the sample Motors database. And also you can design the universes. So there are sample info cubes, multi-providers is already developed in the SAP BA system. So you can access that info cubes multi-provider through the IDT tool.
So you've already created these info?
It is already, yes, it is already there. And only the thing is when you practice the universe designing tool, like once we complete the designing lessons, so IDT lesson, you can able to practice with your own database, with your own data. You can manipulate some data in the Microsoft Access if you want it. And also, so there are a set of info cubes, multi-providers are there. You can create a universe on top of the multi-providers and info cubes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, Shilpa, you have any other question?
Yeah. Do you teach about the data federator as well? Or
Data services.
federator? Yeah.
No, it is, data federator is part of the business object data services. Okay. So if you go for a data services training, you will get those things.
No, like little bit training of what that is, like why we use that.
It is totally
Something
different
related
from
to that.
the,
Guys,
yes, it is totally
is it
different from the, yes, it is totally different from the BO. It is a separate tool.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's not part of the BO reporting.
Okay.
Okay. Question from Ogok. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I just want to find, so when is the class starting? I didn't get a chance to listen to everything.
Yeah, from so tomorrow the regular session is going to happen.
Okay, tomorrow, okay.
Yes, the regular session is happening tomorrow. And today just I have given the introduction of the BO, what are the different components we have in business objects that we have discussed today.
Okay.
And tomorrow the regular session I am going to start with the BA Launchpad. So how we can create the Webby reports, so that I can cover first Webby, and then we'll move to the implementation of the universe designing, then rich client and the crystal reports and the administrative part and the dashboard. Then finally we'll go for how to schedule the reports and how we can move the universes and reports from the older version to the latest version, and how we can move the development to the QA to production. That we can discuss.
Okay.
The first session will be on the BA Launchpad. Yes.
So the registration tomorrow. So when do we need to call to register?
Yes. So the Ravi will send you the meeting details. So or else you can discuss with the Kalyan. So you
Okay.
got a mail, right? So the Kalyan contact number is there in the signature. You can call to the contact. You can call to the Kalyan. Kalyan will help you on this.
Okay. Okay.
For registration.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Anybody have any questions? Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Subbu.
Okay.
So I'm ending the session today. So we can continue the session from tomorrow, same time. It will be the same time, 8 p.m. EST.
Okay.
Any questions? So the part of training, and also I will provide all the material. So with the BO PPTs, web intelligence, crystal reports, each tool I am providing the PPTs and PDF documents. So UDT, so IDT, there are separate documents, CMC, CCM, web edit client, crystal report. There are separate documents will be there. So I will share all the documents with everybody, and also so I'm providing the web intelligence certification document. So there is a GUMP web is there. So once after completion of the training, you can just go for certification also. You can complete your certification.
Okay.
So web intelligence certification, you can go ahead with a university certification also. Okay. So I will give the certification material as well as the dump. So you can expect the 90% of the marks from the material, certification material, and you can expect more than 60% of questions from the dump which I am providing.
Okay.
Okay.
So it means after the class, like a week after that, you can write a certification?
Yes, correct. You can go ahead for the SAP certification.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks everyone. So I'm ending this session. So we can meet tomorrow session. Thanks everyone.
So tomorrow's session, how long are you going to be?
It's a 1 hour session tomorrow. So daily basis is a 1.5 hour session. So first week, so we can continue the only 1 hour, and after 1 week, we can continue the 1.5 hour session daily.
Oh, it will be daily?
Yes, it will be daily, and and also Sunday we don't have session.
Okay, no session on Sunday. Okay.
There is no session on Sunday. Yes, weekly 6 days. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thanks everyone. Thanks for attending the demo session. So we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
The organizer has